Hey, everybody. So great to see everybody today on day two of the Social Media Sales Surge Workshop. Today, we're going to be answering this question: who? And if you're the kind of person, okay, that have taken marketing classes before and you think that you know who your who is, who we're selling to on social media, uh, you're probably wrong. And I'm going to prove that today. Today, in today's day and age on social media, everybody wants to be a social media influencer. I got 3 kids and all 3 of them, okay, are wanting to be a social media influencer. Everybody wants that. That combined with the AI, it leaves you to it's more difficult than ever before to actually attract a high quality client on social media. You can't really do this spray and pray approach. And in order to find those right fit clients on social media, those ones you can sell your services to, whether you're a speaker or an agent or you sell insurance, it doesn't really matter if you're seeking for that high quality lead source. It always comes down to who. And if you are not continually changing your who and reevaluating your who on a weekly basis, you are missing out on those high quality clients on social media. Because let me tell you a secret here. The secret is that your clients are on social media right now. Okay? I have clients who help 8-figure CEOs. Okay, one of my clients helps 8-figure CEOs. We find those individuals on social media all the time. You can find them. I find clients for myself. I find clients for speakers. There's clients for anything, for agents and real estate agents and insurance agents. Everyone's on social media. This probably doesn't come as news to you. But if you're thinking, well, not really, I'd rather buy leads, or I'd rather invest in meta ads, or I'd rather cross my fingers and hope some more referrals come through. If that is the way you're approaching sales in 2024, you are missing out. I've been posting on Facebook since Facebook came out. It used to be a lot easier to get customers that way, but now you got to go in with precision and nuance. And if you do, you can find all the clients that you're looking for. One of the promises that we're making with this workshop, the Social Media Sales Surge Workshop, which, hello, everybody, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, we have a full webinar room, okay, is if you come to this workshop and you're attending and you get the workbook and you're following along, you're going to get clients from social media today in our work together. That's how well what I'm teaching you will work. You can start getting clients now. You can build that pipeline as you go into 2025, but it's a real situation. You need to be looking at, where are my leads coming from? And do I want social media to be something that I own, that actually attracts high quality leads, that lets me get to talking to those amazing high quality clients? Is that what I want to do? Let me give you a hint. If you're making sales as a service based business owner, doing so on social media, using the strategies that I'll be sharing with you this week, it's the easiest, most straightforward way to do this. I've been teaching this for 20 years. I have a track record. My advice to you is this: is listen in to what we're covering this week, especially the who. I've heard it before. I'm niche down. I'm so sick of the niching talk. Of course, I know who my one true client is, blah, blah, blah. But my experience tells me that you actually don't know, and you got to get to the nuance. This is all about the nuance. You can't go into social media posting content with a spray and pray approach, hoping that if you have a wide enough message that maybe someone will hear you. You have to go into social media if you want it to work for you, with a strategy and a system and a focus on sales, not just I'm going to post content and pray that the right people will see it. Spoiler alert, that will not work. You're probably already trying it. But the promise here is that there are plenty of clients on social media. It's crazy once you see it. When you implement my strategies, and I have customers do this all the time. Sean and I smile, and Emily and I smile about this all the time. They finally had that moment when they're like, yes, how did I not see this, Lindsay, right in front of me? That I have an endless stream of high quality clients on social media. You have to have an aha moment. This is what we're trying to serve up to you during this workshop. We don't hold back. We let you know everything because it's my goal and it is my passion to help business owners like you, service providers, agents, speakers, individuals like yourself to stop struggling with lead gen. Stop struggling and wondering where your next client is coming from. Stop struggling by posting on social media and getting crickets or nobody reaches out or you're wasting all of your time posting on social to no end. That's what I want to stop. That is my passion. And today it's all about the who. So important. Again, we reevaluate the who. I've been doing this for 20 years. We reevaluate the who on a weekly basis here in our business. And I want to teach you to do the same thing because it's the key to standing out on social media. But the first thing, okay, we want to dive into today is I want everybody to get centered here for a second. And a big word that I would like for you to ponder on here is the word intent. When you go into a social media strategy or a lead generation strategy and the kind of energy that you're putting out there, okay, you're not really showing up, you're hiding, you're not just putting in the hours, but you're putting in the actions behind those hours. I want you to be asking yourself, what kind of energy are you putting out there? Are you just hiring a VA firm and just having them post content and then sitting back and wondering why nothing is happening? That is because when you go in with this kind of energy of, I don't care and I hate social, and as long as it's done and it's this huge chore, then that's exactly what you'll be getting out of social media. Maybe, and there's a lot of people like this, say yes in the comments. Hey, so nice to see everybody today on social media, is hustle mode. This is where a lot of people get stuck, is they're hustling and they feel like if they hustle and they constantly have to do more and they put out more content and they chase the leads and it still isn't the results they want, that's because you're putting in this chaos into the system, and that's exactly what you'll get out of it. The energy that you put into social media and attracting high quality clients on social media will directly impact your results. If you're scattered, overwhelmed, and uncertain, that energy that you put into lead gen will seep into everything in your business. It'll seep into your social media. People will be able to tell from your messaging. When you show up on a call with a client, they'll totally be able to pick up on it. And so you really don't want to have this frantic energy around social media and lead gen. Like, I need clients, I need it, I need it. Instead, you want to go in calmly with a system, with a plan, with long-term thinking. Maybe even if this post doesn't, it's not about this post today and hopefully it'll bring me clients. It's about the system, what I do every day that will actually bring me clients. Now, if you go into social media with clarity and intention, then everything will change. Okay. If you have an aligned message, then you'll be able to attract the right people. You won't be just throwing content out and hoping that it sticks, and you'll be able to build momentum in the right direction. So, acting strategically and not just reacting and just showing up on social media like in fits and spurts, and I guess I'm motivated, I guess I'm not, and I guess I'll hire a VA, or I really wish I didn't have to do this. Okay. When you go into social media with consistency, with clarity and long-term thinking, okay, I don't need a short-term fix right now, I want long-term thinking, then you'll be able to build a sustainable foundation so that you don't burn out, and it will allow you to have everything you want in your business, the consistent clients, the income, and the growth. Hey, everybody, it's nice to see you. Say hello in the comments if you're here with me on social. So, when it comes to social media marketing, this is and sales, this is probably not the first workshop that you've attended on this, but I hope for it to be the last. And I'll show you the pattern here that I'm asking you to break. When I bring up patterns into your awareness, then you can see what's happening for you and you can actually break the pattern. It's amazing how powerful breaking the pattern can be when it comes to building your business. And so, this is a very common pattern when it comes to people trying different things on social media. So, this is my social media marketing oil field. Okay. I know I'm a good artist. It's my second job. All right. But what people will do is they'll see some Facebook ad, and that Facebook ad will be like, you know what you need to do? You need to have a Facebook group, and this is going to be the most miraculous thing, and you'll attract high quality clients, and you'll never want clients or leads again. And so you'll be like, oh, that sounds really interesting. I'm all in on that. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that course or get that coach, and you get into it, and you realize, oh, this takes a lot more work than I thought, or this is scarier than I thought, or I'm not willing to dedicate this kind of time to it, or I'm scared, or whatever else your ego is saying to you at the moment. And you just so happen to be on TikTok and you see this really great ad about somebody saying, you know what? There are so many people on TikTok. You have to be on TikTok. All your audience is there. Everybody is watching. You need to do this. And so you're like, oh, screw Facebook groups. I don't give two craps about Facebook groups anymore. I'm all in on this TikTok thing. And because it feels so much better to be in this place of, oh, new ideas and endless possibilities, and finally a situation that will help me create all of the leads that I want, you give up on this Facebook group idea because you're like, it sucks and it doesn't feel good. And you go for the TikTok idea. But what happens when you go to the TikTok idea? Well, the same thing happens. You get knee deep in a strategy and then you're ready to give up. You're ready to give up and move on because it feels so much better to be in the land of possibility instead of the land of trying to figure stuff out. And so the point is see this pattern in your life and business, and it's time to stop, because feeling good, it's great, but trust me, when you develop a real system around it, it feels a lot greater than just like a new idea, the shiny object. That's why shiny object syndrome is such a rampant problem and keeping people small and preventing you from having the clients that you want. Because shiny object, just like a new diamond ring on my finger, just feels so good. And it's hard to break away from that. And you need to, because on the other side of hard, okay, if you would just stick with the right strategy and you get past the uncomfortableness and you actually develop a system, then, my friends, you're happy all the time. You got permanent shiny object syndrome feeling going for you instead of just a mirage or a flash in the pan. So watch yourself on that and stop. Instead, listen to what I'm saying in this workshop, and I'll just show you how to actually strike gold here in your oil field. So what is the answer? So I've just painted out this problem about shiny object syndrome. How do we get past this, Lindsay? What is the answer? Well, we covered these briefly yesterday, but you need three things. And if you don't have these three things, oh, that is very, 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 very light. Anybody else's kids use their markers to the circle? So you need three things in order to break out of the shiny object syndrome. Hey, everybody. Nice to see you guys today. Okay, of course, you need a strategy. Strategies are a dime a dozen. I just went over a couple hundred of them for you. Okay. Facebook groups and TikTok and this and that. Like every marketer is selling you guys a strategy. Some of them work, some of them don't. Most of them won't work for you because you don't have the second thing, which is system. What is a system? It's what I do every single day in my business to support the strategy, regardless of how I feel for the day, regardless of if it's working or not, regardless of what my ego is saying to me. The system, step by step daily tasks, is how I'm going to actually support that strategy. You have to have that in your business in order to get out of chaos mode. And then finally, a focus on sales. I'm not out on social media just to get a big following. I'm not out on social media to get vanity numbers. I was on Netflix. I got plenty of vanity numbers. Okay. Like I said, those individuals I was on Netflix with, they have 3, 4, 5 times the number I do. But I'm the only one that's able to make money off of it because I care about sales. I care about who I'm attracting, and I have a real focus on that, and it changes everything. So you've got to get away from the vanity metrics and trying to be everything to everyone and being like, who are my clients? And work back from the sale to actually attract and close them. So those are the 3 things that you need in order to break out of shiny object syndrome mode, which will keep you stuck forever and most people will burn out on it. So I'm here to help you. You need the 3 things. Now, we teach as a review, what we're teaching here, okay? So you know my system. It's a rinse and repeat system. I'm giving it to you right now. I'm not telling you go post a whole bunch of random content out on social media and hope and pray that you'll bring in clients. I actually have a system. Okay? The social media sales surge system. So we're going to have social media. That's where you're going to find all your high quality clients. That's where you're going to make a whole bunch of really awesome connections. You're going to be posting on social media and connecting with those individuals. Now, that's just one step. Okay. A video going viral. Yeah, it's nice that your video went viral. I don't know what comes next. And you'll find that your prospects on social media are like little children. Okay. They're like little children. You have to give them a next step. You have to spoon feed them. Hey, if you're interested in my content, if you're interested in our connection, I need to help you know how I can help you. And the best way to do that is through an IO event. This is a custom masterclass I'm going to teach you about on Thursday. Don't miss it, but you give it on rinse and repeat. This is the system. It's not, do I feel like giving an IO event? I didn't have time to prep, so I'm going to cancel. It's nothing like that. This is something that you create, that you give on rinse and repeat, and you keep yourself accountable in the system. And then you have sales calls. So that IO event acts like a group sales call. And then those right fit clients that are ready to take that next step now will get on a sales call. And then I'm not writing very nicely today. Then the most important part of this entire process is the analyze and iterate portion, which means, okay, I know who got on my sales call. I know who came in on social media. Are these 2 things working, or do I have a problem? Am I just attracting tire kickers? Why are only tire kickers on my call? And you go through this process of continually refining who you're talking to, how you're talking to them, and what you're saying. We're going to talk about that today because we're going to give you your beginning of the right who. Most people here are not getting in front of the right people on social media. Hey, everybody, nice to see you guys. And when you're not getting in front of the right people on social media, it's keeping you from the income that you deserve. There's too much competition for you to not understand who you're actually talking to on social media. It's going to keep you in constant hustle mode, keeping you from the money that you deserve. Okay. Your engagement on social media will be here and there. And you'll be feeling like I'm putting in all of this work and this stupid social media crap is not paying off. And that's because you're just guessing. The solution to actually attracting and getting in front of more of the right people, the people that I already hear you. Okay. You're like, Lindsay, if I get the right person on the phone, I can close them every time. If you want more of those kind of people on your phone that you can close every time, okay, you need to listen to what I'm about to say. So, in order to post on social media and get in front of more of the right fit client, you have to know three things. Okay. You've got to know your niche. And this is something that I'm sure you've heard of before. These are demographics: how old somebody is, who you're talking to, what they do for work, what their interests are, what keeps them awake at night, just like what we asked in our beginning question today. You have to know that. That's where most people, most marketers will leave it. And it's not enough to know that person. Okay? The demos, that's surface level stuff. The second thing you need is messaging. That's what you're saying on social media. Know this, that catching clients on social media is very similar to catching fish. It's all about the bait you use. If I use a certain kind of fly, I'm going to catch this kind of fish. Now, I'm not really a fisherman, but I know enough to know that this is about the bait. Okay. If I just want to catch this kind of fish, I'm going to use this kind of bait. And the same goes for social media. It's all about what you say. What you say. Now, I'm seeing on Instagram, you see the board backwards. I'm sorry about that. But if you want to get in the Zoom room, Emily will throw a link here so that you can get in the Zoom room and actually see this in the right way. So you have messaging, what you're saying. And then finally, you have positioning, which is, and this is so important, how you compare to other individuals in the marketplace. You've got to know if my perfect client is looking at my competitors, how are they comparing me to that person? And so in order to get in front of the more of the right people on social media, you have to know these three things. Now, that might seem like a lot to you, okay? But it's not. I have a one post-it note solution that I'm going to give you to this problem. Walk with me and I will answer all three of these clients or all three of these problems for you right now with one post-it note. I'm not going to make you go to a college course and take the 500 level version of these things. I'm going to solve it for you here, right here on this masterclass. Okay. So this is a thing that I call the positioning graph. Okay. And over up here is high value or high dollar. Those are dollar signs, if you can even see those, and low dollar. Okay. And this is high quality and low quality. So this is a positioning graph, and the fact is that you need to decide where you fall in the positioning graph. Yesterday on day 1, I talked about low cost offers and how they can be a mirage and a trick. And the biggest myth in marketing is that it's easier to sell something low cost than it is to sell something a high cost. It's a big mistake. I wouldn't be making it if I were you, but those low cost offers are right here: low quality and low dollar amount. All right. And that's where you're going to stay, because people will be like, if you sell a low cost membership or a low cost course, unless you do this right, they'll be like, that's all she does. In comparison to all the competitors, like, I don't want something low cost and low quality. I want results. And so in order to make money in your online business and get in front of more of those right fit clients, you want to go up here in the upper right hand quadrant, which is high cost, okay, high impact, high cost, high transformation. You want to be able to get your hands on your one true client and really, really help them. So, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. You can mess around with all the quadrants that you want, but the right answer here in business is you always want to be focused on this upper right hand quadrant. I really need some new markers. Now, after you've decided that that's high dollar, high quality, yes, Lindsay, in comparison to my competitors, I want to be a higher ticket and I want to offer a higher quality, high touch service. And once you do that, then all you need to do is figure out one client in your experience that meets a couple of criteria. Okay. First criteria, of course, they have the problem that you can actually solve. We don't want to be introducing problems to anybody. The second is payment. They paid you what you wanted to be paid. They definitely wanted to invest in these results. Next is ambition. We want to work with clients and attract with our bait more of our one true client that is not in victim mentality mode, but they're actually like ready to get their hands on the problems and fix it from themselves. They don't need like a lot of cheerleading, but they have ambition. Next, communication. Helping our customers in any way is so dependent on communication. We've all had customers in the past that we didn't really communicate well with. This is so important that you find somebody in your experience that communicates well. And then finally, that says transformation in case you can't read it. Okay. Transformation. They actually had the problem that you solved. You were able to guide them through a transformation and boom, they were awesome. So all you need to do is find one and only one client in your experience that fits these criteria. Somebody in your experience that if you could make cookie cutter versions of this person, you would be like, that is the right fit client. I really want to, if I could talk to 25 more Marcy's, I would be like in the place that I need to be in my business. You pick one. And this is upper right hand quadrant for you, like whatever this means for you. It's different for everybody. So find that person in your experience that meets these criteria. And all you need to do is write their name on a post it note. Could not be any easier. Now, most of you aren't going to do that. And I'll tell you why. Post it note. All you have to do, I have it right here. I have my own right here. Always, always. And I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. Is you write the one true client on your post-it note, and then anytime you go to do any marketing, you send an email, you post on social, whatever it is that you're marketing, then you say, what would, let's say ours is Marcy. What would Marcy think of this? And then you ask yourself, would she watch it? Am I over educating her? Would she say, this isn't relevant to me? I don't need this. And if your Marcy, this real person in your experience, is saying that, well, I wouldn't post it because that means you're using the wrong bait. Now, let me give you a couple of warnings on this. Okay. I've taught this long enough to know what you're going to do here. Okay. You're going to either number one, you're going to say, Lindsay, my one true client is me. No one is better. No one understands this problem. If I would have found someone like me back in the day, I would have hired me because I'm so awesome. It can't be you. You cannot see the label from within the jar. You think you're more brilliant than you are. You think your idea is better than it actually is. You think you're communicating clearer than you actually are. And when you try to market to yourself, it will not work. It will not work. The second thing you're going to try to do here, again, I've counseled hundreds of people on this, is you're going to Frankenstein this. You're going to say, well, you know what? I like how Marcy paid me, but Brian was really the one that had the ambition and solved the problem for me. So it's a Marcy Brian combo. No, because you have to know this, and I would write this down if I were you, okay, is You cannot market to someone who is not in your experience. You cannot understand their perspective. You cannot understand their point of view. You cannot market to someone successfully that is not in your experience. So you have to find a way to find someone in this experience so you can put this on a post-it note and continually check in with that. Now, the other thing I want to warn you. Now, some of you like, yeah, it's Marcy. That's my one true client. I don't need this post-it note stuff, Lindsay. I don't need to waste my time with this post-it note situation. And I want to warn you on that. Okay. Again, I practice what I preach. I got my own post-it note here. But here's what you're going to do. It is human nature. I've seen it 100 times before. You're going to say, yes, Marcy is my one true client. I'll go ahead and remember that. But then you're going to be a week from now and you're going to post content and you're not going to think about Marcy, or you're going to start posting content that is actually what I call a lower left-hand quadrant person. You're going to over cheerlead to them. You're going to talk down to them. You're going to attract tire kickers. You're going to over explain to them. And you're not going to be able to attract that high quality client because it is human nature to be and talk in this lower left-hand quadrant because you're thinking you're leaving people out. You're like, I got to over explain this a little. I have to over educate these individuals because I'm leaving. What if someone watches my social media and they don't understand what I'm saying? Okay, I got to explain it, give them context. And the answer is your one true client doesn't need context. They already have context. And that is why you always want to have this on a post-it note, constantly reminding you. I had a client, his name was John, and he could not crack the lead gen code. He came to me and he was a former doctor who had helped other physicians with weight management. He was a doctor. He was like a health and fitness guy for doctors. And he came to me, Lindsay, I just cannot get these doctors to get on the phone. Every doctor I get on the phone, they're like not ready. They're definitely not my one true client. He was attracting a lower left-hand quadrant person, but serving and wanting to serve an upper right-hand quadrant person. And come to find out, he was not using their dialect, which I call your messaging and positioning. John was talking down here, was over educating. Hey, as a physician, you need to really watch your weight and do this, and was saying stuff like this, like trying to tell them that they needed to care about their health and wellness. When his one true client was like, no, I want to care about my health and wellness. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to feel better, but nothing is working because I have such a chaotic life as a doctor. And when he understood that he no longer had to continually educate and try to talk these physicians into actually moving and doing the things they need to do, and he started just talking to his one true client, he found his one true client was definitely on social media and ended up making over $37,000 in just 2 weeks. Your one true client is on social media, but if you're not finding it, it's because you are not using the right messaging. You are not saying the right words, and you're turning them off when they watch your social media. So if that makes sense, say yes in the comments. It's so great to see everybody here in the Zoom room. Love to see so many people here. Now I want to talk a little bit about content. Okay. The who, guys, thank you guys so much. Cannot be more clear about this post-it note situation. Now, when it comes to social media, okay, most people think it's a content game. I'm just going to post the right content and make sure I'm posting content. And I'm here to tell you that content is not as important as you think it is when it comes to social media. Content, actually, is how I like to put it, is just frosting. And most people think it is the cake and the main dessert, and it's not. Okay. Content's not going to bring you the right people. Content is not going to close people or get people in your world. Social media is social. And so there are three parts of social media that you have to understand if you want to be attracting the right kind of clients on social media. And again, I smile because if you knew what I knew, that you had endless clients on social media, it's this aha moment that I'm trying to get for you guys. Okay. So there's three parts of effective client generation on social media. The first, okay, well, we're going to do this one, virtual networking. So remember, social media is about being social. There's real people on the other side of these profiles, okay? Like real life people. Go to networking events and come home, okay? Go to a networking event, come home and add everybody that you met in that networking event to social media. And then proceed to foster and nurture those relationships using social media. Social media will help you do this. And so the first part of successful social media is virtual networking, and that is fostering and nurturing and touching base with and depositing into relationship bank accounts of everybody that you've met, everybody in your sphere of influence. You don't have to go to networking events to deposit into the relationship bank account. Social media will help you do that. Look at their stories, scroll their feed, congratulate them on their new dog. Ding, 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 ding. You're fostering key relationships in your sphere of influence that can lead to sales. And social media will help you do that. The second part is now that you're virtual networking, okay, then you have black booking. All right, Lindsay, I go to networking events. I've added everybody on social media. And yeah, I'm like connecting with them. That's great. And I'm fostering those relationships. But I want to be in front of new people. Well, everybody's on social media. So you need to make sure that you're doing what we call black booking, which is I am reaching out to new individuals and I'm trying to introduce myself just like you would at a networking event. I am setting a goal, okay, that I want to meet 10 new people in the construction industry that are part of XYZ Association, and I'm going to add them on social media and try to get to know them. And so you want to approach black booking on social media as if I were to attend, this is how powerful it is. If I were to attend a networking event full of all of the right people, like these right fit clients, who would they be? What kind of people would they be? And then you employ social media to go meet those people. Yeah, it's as simple as that. And then, and only then, okay, is where the frosting comes in. I really need new markers. Those dang kids, they're doing too much drawing. Okay, on my whiteboards. But content then plays a role because you can only imagine now you're virtual networking with people that you know. You're black booking and widening your sphere of influence, introducing yourself to new people, getting to know new people. And and then those guys become part of your virtual network. But then your content will actually do something. Your content will then, because of the algorithms and because of the way social media works, because you're DMing and you're checking in and you're active on social and you're showing up like as a person on social interacting with people, then content is shown to all of these people, which will help you get your message out, help these individuals understand what you can do, get more views on your videos from the right kind of people. And it really is the most effective way to handle social media. If you are just doing a content drop and run, or if you're just having a VA post, okay, it will not work, not in today's day and age. If you want clients now and into 2025, trust me, virtual networking, black booking, and then your content will do the work of feeding that to all these people that you're connecting with. You can't forget the personal side of social media. So know this, okay? Now that I've outlined, it's all about the people, Okay. It's all about the people. That's how you make high ticket sales is you get to know more people. And with social media done right, you don't even have to go to a networking event. You can do this in your jammies from home. So congratulations for those individuals that like to be in their jammies as much as I do. Okay. So know this is that conversations equal clients. And the more conversations you have, the more sales you will make. And social media is endless for how many conversations with those right fit clients that you can actually get going. If that makes sense to you guys, please say yes in the comments. Hey Mick, how's it going? All about the people. That's right. It's all about the people. All right. We are on day tomorrow. I'm so glad. Hey guys, so nice to see you guys. Love those yeses. I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy today. So today is the who. It's dedicated to the who. I want you to give that some real thought. Okay. One true client in your experience, somebody for realsies that's not you, as high as you can reach, as like the most high quality, awesome person that if you could make cookie cutter versions of them, who would it be? And put this to work. Put it on a post-it note. In fact, Shauna, we should change the homework. They need to put it on a post-it note. Put the name on a post-it note. Okay, tomorrow. I've told you how about content. And that's probably where a lot of you are coming to this workshop from. You're like, tell me what to post. Tell me how to go viral. Tell me all these things, Lindsay. And as I said today, content is just frosting. That's why we're pushing it to day 3. If you understand one true client and you understand this idea of virtual networking and black booking, then we can get to content, which is exactly what we're talking about tomorrow. So tomorrow, I will share with you how to post content that will nurture your sphere of influence, that you can get out there in a system that doesn't leave you pulling your hair out or feeling like you're wasting your time. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. We will see you out in the Facebook group. I'm going to turn this back over to my wonderful team, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey, Instagram. So nice to see you guys. Oh, let me turn this down. If you guys want access to the workshop or the workbook, certainly just reach out to me on DM. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're on replay, hit replay, say replay in the comments. I would love to see who you are, who is watching, and we're live for the next several days. So join us right here, same time, same place. And tomorrow we're talking about what to post on social media to actually attract those high ticket clients. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.